Good day, children. Sairam. Welcome back. Children, do you know who was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru? Have you heard this name? Yes. Do you know about him? Little bit, no? But do you want to know more about him? Yes, no? So today, Gyani Dadaji is going to tell you more about Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru in the chapter number 7, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So you are going to listen carefully. So let us start. Jawaharlal Nehru was born on 14th November 1889 to Motilal Nehru and Swarup Rani in a Kashmiri Pandit family in Allahabad. He was educated in India and Britain. So can you see the picture here on the screen? Who is he? He is Jawaharlal Nehru. So when was Jawaharlal Nehru born? He was born on 14th November, the year 1889. And his father's name was Motilal Nehru and mother was Swarup Rani. He was born in a Kashmiri Pandit family, and where he was born? In Allahabad. He was educated in India and Britain. He took his education in India, and for further education he went to Britain. Okay. He was an Indian lawyer, politician, and a great statesman. He became the first Prime Minister of independent India in 1947. He married Kamala Kaul at the age of 27. Their only child was Indira Priyadarshini, that is Indira Gandhi. Children, Jawaharlal Nehru, he was an Indian lawyer, he was a politician and a great statesman, means a wise, skillful and respected political leader. He became the first Prime Minister of independent India. You know that there was a British rule in India. British, they were ruling our country, our India. And after our country, our India got the freedom. Which year our country got freedom? India got freedom in the year 1947. So that time Jawaharlal Nehru, he became the first Prime Minister of our independent India. Which year he became the Prime Minister? In the year 1947. So he became the first Prime Minister of independent India in 1947. Then he got married to Kamala Kaul. So his wife's name was Kamala Kaul. At the age of 27, when he was 27 years old, he got married to Kamala Kaul. And he had a daughter. What was her name? Indira Priyadarshini. You can see on the screen. Indira Priyadarshini was his daughter, and all know her by Indira Gandhi. Okay. So Indira Priyadarshini, her name was Indira Gandhi also. Okay. So Indira Gandhi was the daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. You can see on the screen now. She is Indira Gandhi, or we can say Indira Priyadarshini. Okay. Later, she served as a Prime Minister, and even her son Rajiv Gandhi served as the Prime Minister of India. So later, after Jawaharlal Nehru, his daughter Indira Gandhi, she also became the Prime Minister, and after her, Indira Gandhi's son Rajiv Gandhi, he also served as a Prime Minister. He also became the Prime Minister of India. Jawaharlal Nehru raised the flag of independent India in New Delhi on 15th August 1947, the day India gained independence. Pandit Nehru contributed a lot for the development of India. So, Jawaharlal Nehru raised a flag of independent India. So, when our country, India, became independent from India got the independence from the British rule. At that time, Jawaharlal Nehru, he raised the flag of independent India. Where? In New Delhi on 15th of August in the year 1947. Okay. And Pandit Nehru contributed a lot for the development of India. During his reign as Prime Minister, he launched the programs of community development, land redistribution, building irrigation canals, and the generation of hydroelectricity. So when he was a Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, when he was a Prime Minister, he launched different programs of community development, then land redistribution, building irrigation canals, and the generation of the hydroelectricity. So much work he has done during when he was a Prime Minister. Pandit Nehru was a passionate advocate of education for the children of India. He believed firmly that education is essential for India's future progress. He established many institutions of higher learning. So, Jawaharlal Nehru firmly he believed that education is very important, very essential for the India's future progress. So, he established many institutions of higher learning. Now, we will see which were the different institutions. The first one was All India Institute of Medical Sciences, the Indian Institutes of Technology, and the National Institutes of Technology and Indian Institutes of Management. So he established all these institutions so that the children, they can get the higher education. They can get the good education. Now we will see the short forms of all these institutions. Okay. Now All India Institute of Medical Sciences. What is the short form of this? AIIM. Then the Indian Institutes of Technology. Short form of that is IIT. And the National Institute of Technology, that is NIT. And Indian Institutes of Management, that is IIM. Okay. So all Indian Institute of Medical Sciences is AIIM. The Indian Institutes of Technology is IIT. And the National Institutes of Technology is NIT. And Indian Institutes of Management is IIM. Okay. He opened thousands of schools in Indian villages. He initiated programs for the provision of free milk and meals to children in order to fight malnutrition. Adult education centers, vocational and technical schools were also organized for adults, especially in rural areas. So, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru opened thousands of schools in Indian villages. In the villages, Indian villages, he opened many schools. He initiated programs for the provision of free milk and milk to the children in order to fight malnutrition. Okay, then adult education centers were also open. Then vocational and technical schools were also organized for adults, especially for in the rural area. Jawaharlal Nehru used to wear sherwani, a cap and a jacket named after him as Nehru coat with a rose on it. So, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he used to wear sherwani. Can you see here on the you can see on the screen picture of Jawaharlal Nehru. He used to wear sherwani and a cap and a jacket named, the jacket's name was named after him as Nehru coat and with the rose on it. So on the coat he used to put a rose. And why? Because he loved roses very much. Okay. Pandit Nehru was the author of many books. He wrote The Discovery of India and Glimpses of World History when he was in jail. So, before our country got the freedom from the British rule, many freedom fighters, they were fighting for the freedom of the country. So many were put in the jail at that time by the Britishers. In that, Pandit Nehru was also there. So he was also put in jail. So at that time, he didn't want to waste his time. So what did he do there in the jail? He wrote books. He wrote many books. And which were the books? The Discovery of India. The Discovery of India was written by Pandit Nehru. And Glimpses of World History. So these books he wrote when he was in jail. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was very fond of children. The children were also fond of him. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he loved children very much, and children also loved him very much. They liked him very much. So, his birthday, which falls on 14th November, is celebrated in India as Children's Day. Jawaharlal Nehru worked for the education of children, their development and welfare. Children remember him as Chacha Nehru. So, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he loved children very much and children also loved him very much. So, his birthday is celebrated as Children's Day. When is his birthday? On 14th November. Okay. Now, all schools, they celebrate this day as his birthday as Children's Day. There are different activities done on this day. And children, they enjoy a lot on 14th November. Okay, because it is celebrated as Children's Day in all over India. Jawaharlal Nehru worked for the education of children, their development and welfare. Now children, they remember him as Chacha Nehru. Means children, they used to call him as Chacha Nehru. Okay, lovingly they called him as Chacha Nehru. Pandit Nehru served as Prime Minister of India from 1947 to 1964. More than 17 years. In January 1964, he suffered a mild stroke. He died on May 27th, 1964. So Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he served as Prime Minister of India from the year 1947, from when our country India got the freedom from the British rule, 1947 to 1964. Till that he was the Prime Minister of India. How many years? 17 years. So 17 years he served as a Prime Minister of India. Okay. In January 1964, what happened you know? He suffered a mild stroke and he died on May 27th, 1964. So on May 27th, 1964, he died. Okay, children. So this was all about Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. So children, we have ended with our today's period and we'll meet in the next period. Till then, have a nice day. Sai Ram. Thank you.